Greetings, Centennial State, and welcome to the Colorado Report. I'm Dave Rex. Twice a week, we bring you select headlines and side stories from the Rocky Mountain State. Thank you for joining us. So first thing, I want to apologize for missing Sunday's episode. There were some technical difficulties, but we are back on track. So, for this episode, we're pulling 3 stories from the Colorado Springs Gazette. First of which, bicycle parts, tents, sleeping bags, food wrappers, shopping carts, blankets, and a plush sofa seat, all set crumpled Tuesday in what had been Colorado Springs' largest homeless encampment in years. The people who owned these things had scattered as police and skid loaders descended to empty the so-called quarry. The operation was one more chapter in a cat and mouse routine between people camping illegally and police. Over and over, officers roused the campers from one encampment, then repeat the cycle wherever those campers go next. Often, it's only a few hundred yards away. This time, the ouster came a day after Springs Rescue Mission opened a new building with 150 extra beds, bringing its nightly shelter capacity to at least 450 people, plus room for pets. All those spots are low barrier, meaning admission is based on behavior, not sobriety. Space for scores of people has gone unused lately, and that's where homeless campers need to go, said city and police officials. Quote, "The fact is, people are dying outside. People's things are getting stolen outside. People are getting frostbite outside. So I think it's just a false narrative that shelters aren't safe. And it's a narrative that's actually damaging to the people who are surviving outside right now. We need to be encouraging people to seek shelter," said Andrew Phelps, the city's homelessness prevention and response coordinator. Many camp residents said they preferred the freedom of living outside and vowed to keep doing it. Yerma King, a homeless advocate, argued that the quarry demonstrated a need for a city-sanctioned encampment, an idea that city officials vehemently oppose. A few days after Thanksgiving, police told campers they planned to remove the camp. The officers returned a week ago with several nonprofits and service providers, plus coffee and donuts to encourage people to seek services that could help them get into shelters and off the streets. Terry Carico, 68, stepped out of his tent there and onto a perch overlooking the rest of the quarry. The sound of skid loaders and dump trucks echoed. He said he didn't know where he'd go, but it surely wouldn't be a shelter. Quote, "Right now, we're going to run out of places." Next up, a quick crime story. 2 men were arrested Monday in 17 armed robberies at Colorado Springs convenience stores and fast food restaurants, police say. Cody Crocker, 34, was arrested on suspicion of attempted first-degree murder, 16 counts of aggravated robbery, and 1 count of attempted aggravated robbery. Damian Freckle, 28, was with Crocker and found to be in possession of a Schedule II narcotic. He also is suspected of 4 counts of aggravated robbery. A handgun was fired during 2 of the heists. Now, for our final story, we go to Denver. Residents of 6 apartments were displaced after a car crashed into a building at 8828 East Florida Avenue around 2:30 a.m. That's near South Parker Road and East Florida Ave. 2 people were taken to the hospital with minor injuries. One of them was in the vehicle. The other was a resident. 2 garden-level units sustained major damage, and a technical rescue team is at the scene working to stabilize the building. Those 2 units, as well as 2 units on each of the 2 floors directly above them, were evacuated. The man who crashed his car into an apartment building early Wednesday morning was not wearing any clothes, multiple witnesses told 9 News. And that's it for this edition of the Colorado Report. You can check out links and show notes for this and all episodes at thecoloradoreport.com. You can email me, coloradoreport@gmail.com, and you can tweet me at @theCOReport. And don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much for listening. I'll talk to you soon.